Hey guys, it's your pal Zippy here. As you noticed, I finally updated my sprites and decided to do a little something different this video. With convention season in play, I decided to talk about some of the funny incidents that happened to conventions I went to in the past. Starting off strong with the first convention I ever attended last summer, I decided to cosplay as Fiona from Fiona and Cake since the show was still trending by the time convention season rolled around. My friends were cosplaying as Haru and Legoshi from Beastars, and the con was going pretty well except for the long line waiting for the registry. I kid you not, it took 2 hours of line waiting before we got our badges. And the entire time we were waiting in line, the people behind us smelled really bad. I know, like, people not wearing deodorant is a whole convention meme, but it is a whole new ballpark when you're the one sitting behind that odor. It was so bad that after I got home, I decided to pack some vanilla perfume for the next day to work as something. I decided to go in normal clothes the next day, and my friends were cosplaying as Sun and Roxy from FNAF. The day was going by pretty well until lunch rolled around, and I got hungry. So, fun fact about me, I am gluten intolerant, meaning my stomach gets upset when I eat bread. And most of the food being served by the hotel the convention was in was all breaded items, so I had to pack my own lunches during the convention. I sat down in a corner with my friends, and I started to pull my sandwich out until I noticed a very, very strong smell coming from my bag. And I saw that the entire bottle of vanilla perfume had spilled in my bag, meaning everything. Everything was covered in that artificial vanilla scent, including my only food. My brave friend, even though she said she wouldn't be that person, went into the only restaurant in the area that was not serving breaded food, a sushi restaurant. And she ordered sushi for me in full cosplay, went back to the convention, and gave me the sushi, and told me not to worry about it. She is such a boss for doing that. Like, oh my gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I ended up smelling very strongly of vanilla for the rest of the day, which I guess if you had to smell like something at a convention, vanilla's probably not the worst thing. The smell was so strong it absolutely permeated all of my stuff, including my money. One of the vendors even asked if I scented my coins because all my money smelled like vanilla. Overall, besides the vanilla incident, my first con went off pretty nicely and I had a good time. The second convention I went to was a lot more disastrous than the first one. My friends and I all decided to cosplay as Sky characters from the game Sky. We underestimated how hot it would be wearing a bodysuit all day and how hard it was to see in a mask. I have so much more respect for furries now. I almost ran into a pillar the minute we were indoors at the convention, and we ended up taking the masks off when we went into Artist Alley because we couldn't see. We all went around Artist Alley and kind of schmoozed our way through the convention because none of us thought to look up the panels ahead of time. I ended up buying an Inuyasha keychain from one of the artists, and as she handed it to me, she had this devious grin on her face and she said, "Here's your dog boyfriend." After a few hours of wandering around, we decided we did not want to be in the Sky costumes anymore, so we just wanted to head back to the hotel. As we were walking towards the doors, my friends noticed an older guy who seemed to be completely out of it, and it seemed like he was starting to tail us. The guy did not have a convention badge on him, and because the con was set up where anyone could be in the building, but if you wanted to do a panel or a con activity, they would badge check you at the doors, anyone was pretty much able to come in. We ended up going down a different corridor to see if he was actually following us, and sure enough, there he was, tailing us down the corridor. Now, there was an exit at the corridor, okay? We didn't just go into a dead-end alley. We're not stupid. But at this point, my friends were starting to low-key freak out, and the entire time this was happening, I had no idea, okay? I was completely in my own world. Okay, I was just happy to be there, and I had no idea this creepy guy was following us. Like, I was so confused when my friends stopped, and they had this panicked look on their faces. I was just like, what? What? My friend ended up calling her boyfriend and she placed him on speaker, and luckily that was enough to scare off the old guy, and he just kind of Now, to be fair on my past self, the last thing I was expecting was for us to be followed in a con hall, since most people I've met at conventions are just chill people who like nerdy media. But it goes to show you can never be too careful. This event happened at the same con we got followed. So it was near the end of the convention, and my friends and I were packing up our suitcases full of our cosplays and merchandise. The second, and I mean the second, we got all of our multiple suitcases out of the hotel door and got ready to go down the elevator, the fire alarm goes off. We were on the 7th floor, so we had to start slowly moving our bags down the 7 flights of stairs. One guy behind me just could not bear the sight of me lugging my suitcase down, so he just took my bag, and this man ran down those stairs like he was the Flash. Luckily, my friends got some help from other nice strangers who helped them carry their bags down, and we made it down the 7 flights of stairs, all our luggage in tow. It turns out one of the hotel guests thought it was a good idea to smoke a cigar in his room, causing the alarm to go off. On the bright side of all of this, me and my friends got to see some sexy firemen pull up and scold the guy, so there's that. Luckily, this year's convention went off pretty smoothly. I got a lot of merch and no incidents, so good thing for 2025, huh? I was able to catch a lot more panels this year compared to last year, and I ended up seeing this adorable idol group perform, and I honestly had a lot of fun. There's like one more convention queuing up this year in September I'm planning on going. My friends really want to do Steven Universe cosplays, so I'm debating on doing young Steven or future Steven. Comment below what you think I should do. But that's gonna do it for this short video. I'm not used to doing story times, but I had a lot of fun making this. And hey, if you like this type of stuff, then consider subscribing. And thanks for watching.